Welcome back to your boyfriend. Let's continue. We're going to load this one. Okay, continue. On to day 2. So, X, did you have a nice time with Peter? Don't answer that. It's time to get up and face another day. Kinda creepy, not gonna lie. Damn it! I roll over in my bed. Every inch in my body is begging me to wake up, but I don't feel like it. It's like I didn't get any form of rest at all. I fight the will to wake up for a moment, rubbing my eyes before sitting up in my bed. Ugh, I'm a mess. The heck is that? Huh? I've seen this plushie before. It blew up at one point, and people swore up and down that it somehow exuded this overwhelming feeling of disdain despite its smile. Weird. Now that I see it up close, I get what they mean. It had a matching axolotl plush that they released after it, but it sold out in hours. What's this? I won this plushie at a carnival. Still smells like cherries. Game Boy! Sorry, my trusty old game daddy. I love playing games, playing some Grave Harvest while I'm trying to unwind. Nice. Oh my god, we can actually play it! What the fuck? Hey, what? Oh my god! This is actually pretty cool! Holy crap! Oh my god! How did they put this in here? That is awesome! Oh no, I got caught! Alright. Enough of that. More onto the story. What else can we look at? I love collecting books, but I never have the time to read them. Anything else? I don't wear most of my clothes anymore. At this point, it's all just piling up and making it difficult to see inside. The window's open. I didn't realize I had left the window open. Yeah, that's anything else? Sunday. 9:12 a.m. Uh-oh. Oh god, I'm late for work. What is that? Finally dressed, I rush out of my bedroom, making my way into the kitchen section where I normally put my work keys.
Hey, looks like someone's in a hurry.
Yeah, I'm late for work. Yeah, no thanks to you, Lucy. I blurred out as I snatched my keys from the counter, glaring over towards my roommate who had the nerve to look confused. Why didn't you wake me up? My deadbeat of a roommate tensed up a little bit, looking both offended and startled with my sudden outburst. Good. Dude, I heard you rummaging around early. Don't pin your lazy ass on me. She tries to explain. Not even her excuse have any effort. That fucking bum. I then shake my head, focusing back on my predicament. No, I wasn't rummaging around earlier. I just barely woke up. You know, I have work at 7, and you let me sleep in until 9. What kind of shit were you and your fucking toy snorting up last night, Lucy? My roommate instantly takes offense to this, flashing me the most glorious of birds before storming off into their room. You know what? Fuck you. I am not your keeper, and you are not my fucking dad.
And I told you not to call me Lucy.
Well, that's your name, isn't it? Once my roommate slams her door shut, I simply scoff and make my way out of the door. With any luck, she'll be gone when I get back. Maybe I will find a more tolerable roommate then. Damn. I hustled down the stairs. And out the apartment building, but after running into Lucy, I slow my pace. I don't like that job anyways. If I get fired, fine. This day is already shitty, so why not just pile it on? It's a Sunday. There's usually hardly any customers on Sunday mornings, but even then, it doesn't excuse my lateness. You good over there? That's a lot of cups. Rushing through the front doors of the diner, I dash into the kitchen and grab my apron off the coat hanger along the far end of the wall. The apron seemed to be the only place where grease stains don't get all over me. Fumbling to tie the apron on, I rush over towards the time clock and snatch my time card to punch in. Wait. Do you guys notice what I notice? According to this, I already clocked in. Who could have... My attention snaps towards the sound of approaching footsteps. Whoever it is, they're not trying to be discreet as they carry a clinking stack of dirty dishes back from a table.
There you are. Where have you been?
Oversleeping.
I've been covering your shift for the past 45 minutes without the boss even knowing you're not here.
Sorry. TK rushes right by me as they gently place the dishes into the sink of soapy hot water, wiping their hands. TK sighs loud enough to make sure that I hear it. They're like this all the time though, always acting like they're the big sibling to everyone, and keeping things in one piece. I huff as I try to think of an excuse that doesn't sound as pathetic as my alarm didn't go off. But the truth is all I have, so I tried to downplay the issue. I don't get why you're making such a fuss. We're pretty much dead on Sunday morning. You clearly weren't paying attention when you came barging in. TK wipes their hands off on their apron before gesturing for me to look out through the service window. What the? Are you kidding me? Why are there so many old farts here? I try not to raise my voice to a point that the fiber-chomping boomers outside did not hear me. A tour bus came along. That's what happened. Now stop asking questions and start waiting tables. TK hands me a spare notepad and pencil and nudges me out of the kitchen. Great, here I am, hoping to have an easygoing day. So much for that. The breakfast crowd is a nightmare. Karens and redneck grandpas everywhere with something up their asses. Some even going as far as refusing to pay because I didn't kiss their goddamn feet whenever their coffee was not filled all the way, or their T-bone steak wasn't cooked the way they wanted. Yeah, T-bone steak for breakfast. Not even breakfast steak and eggs either. An actual T-bone steak dinner with potatoes and steamed carrots. And then when one person refused to order off the breakfast menu, there's a dozen more who follow suit. Such a hassle. Why couldn't the elderly be more like my grandparents? Pleasant and polite. I don't know, my grandmother's kind of a firecracker, so. Eventually the crowd starts dying down. Most leaving to do some sightseeing, others staying to order more coffee or lunch. At least these are the kind of customers that mind their own business and are more focused on eating or talking. This is why I refuse to work at a restaurant. Staggering into the kitchen, I let out a long sigh and rest against the wall, finally able to take a moment to relax. Ahem. I know you want to get off your feet, but you missed the table. TK sneaks over at my side, giving me a gentle nudge before pointing back out to the dining area. I roll my exhausted eyes and look over towards them. Can't you do it? I don't feel like having some Karen toss their eggs on me again. I would, but you owe me for covering your shift for an hour. Damn it, they had a point. With a groan, I lean myself off the wall, trying to straighten my posture and stumble back out. Scanning the booths, I check all the tables I had already gotten, matching their faces in order, table by table. I don't think I missed any. A voice chimes in from the booth to my right. Hey there, stranger. How long have you been there? I realized that the booth he's sitting in has no sign of anyone else sitting there. Wait, how long have you been here? A while now. I don't like harassing workers. You guys put up with enough as is. He mutters as he folds a napkin into what looks like a paper crane. That's quite talented. I can't do that. I can only make a paper airplane. That and I figured you'd like a break and let me buy you lunch. Well, that does sound nice. That does sound alright. I could get away from this place for a bit. Fine, but not here. I'd like to get something from a street vendor instead. The man beams as he's getting up from his seat, almost with a leap in his step. Of course! What did you have in mind? Whatever they're selling, duh. It doesn't count as a date, by the way. I just looked up. There's a missing person thing. All he does is nod, walking over towards the doors and holding them open for me. Oh, it's on there too. Tugging off the apron, I hang it up on the nearby coat rack and call out to TK. I'm going on break. Continue without me. I don't wait for their answer as we leave. Whoa, look at that. There's another missing persons thing. Huh. Despite it being a Sunday, a lot of businesses are still open and lively. However, street vendors take the time not to kill one another in competition. More like they're buying goods from one another. Peter is still beaming as we walk down the street, like he just won the lottery or something. He waits patiently for me to decide which vendor to go to. So, what do you feel like having? I want to try something to see how he handles a little bit of crazy. Actually, none of these. I want to grab something from my place instead. The stupid smile on his face fades, but not entirely. Sure, but seriously, I don't mind paying for lunch, you know. I know, but my place has food that's less likely to kill me. Ha! Point taken. He extends his elbow in hopes that I'd hook it with mine. Shall we? Oh my fucking god. Rolling my eyes, I walk past him. Come on. My apartment is this way. Peter drops his elbow and follows behind me in silence. I rummage for my keys outside of my apartment door. I take a sharp glance over towards Peter, who stands with a blank expression on his face, taking in the blank decor of the hallway. Anything would impress him, wouldn't it? X, there you are. Hello. Jesus! I yelp, completely taken off guard by the landlord standing behind me. Peter instantly becomes defensive as he positions himself between me and the landlord. Excuse you, you can't just sneak behind people like that. The old man unapologetically crosses his arms as he continues. The other half of your rent is due today. Judging by his expression, his day's just as exhausting as mine. Fine. I'll talk to Lucy about it again. I mumble as I finally find the key to the door and try to get inside to avoid another lecture. Actually, I'd prefer if I came inside to talk to her about it right now. It wasn't a request. Alright, come in. I allow the landlord to come in first. He's already scanning the area of our living space, probably to see any damage or mess that he could charge us extra for. There's an unsettling silence between the both of us as he continues to look around the place.
She's not here, is she?
Probably not. I guess not. Lucy is naturally loud, and when she's not, she's smoking things in here that would get us kicked out in a heartbeat. Thankfully, we normally blame it on scented candles. The older man groans and pinches the bridge of his nose. I can't keep doing this, and you certainly can't keep up their end of the rent. Listen, you're clearly the more responsible one. She's broken her agreement one too many times. She has to go. I can't pay rent by myself. But I can't pay for this place by myself. I can barely take care of my end as it is. Well, you don't have to. What do you mean? Do you have someone in mind? I ask without thinking, as I'm currently panicking about the possibility that I might need a leave as well. Of course, it's me. Peter announces, stepping closer to nuzzle me. I guess so? Honestly, this is so far out of left field that I have no idea how to respond. If I don't agree, then I might be on my own ass sitting on the front curb right next to Lucy. The landlord rolls his eyes before walking to the front door. Fine. Have Lucy meet up with me the next time you see her. I'll give you a call when I'm ready to start moving your boyfriend in. Saying this, he closes the door, leaving both of us alone. There's an awkward pause between Peter and me. He pulls his arm from mine and gently takes my hand into his. Do you mean it, though? Oh my god, he's blushing! Look, he's blushing! I know you say what you need to shoo him off, but if you're serious about your offer, I'd love to start moving in whenever you're ready. Listen, it's nothing serious, alright? I just need her out and someone to pay their share around here. You think you can do that? Peter smiles. That's a creepy smile. I'm not a fan of that smile. Peter smiles, his lips curling to show those fangs that I didn't notice before. He has fangs? You can use me as a footstool for all I care. All that matters is that I'm with you, X. Oh, you are creepy. You are, like, full yandere. That's rather dedicated stuff right there. I kind of feel bad now for treating him badly yesterday. I don't. That's stalker material. That's... No. Well, at least he's fully aware and doesn't mind. So there's no need to sugarcoat anything. Alright. I don't need a footstool, though. Just someone to pay their end of rent for once. What do you even do for a living? Me? Oh, I test various products like cleaners, household appliances, inventions, fast food places, so on and so forth. Sometimes companies pay me to test them out. Other times I'm simply paid to do videos, testing and posting them on social media. Wow, you seem set. Enough to live on my own, so I can easily take care of the rent for you. Hell, you can even quit your job if you'd like. Oh god, that's tempting. So very tempting. Same here. I hate my job. I'd love to quit. I'll need time to think about it. I mutter, noticing that I might need to inform TK about the possible changes coming up. Oh crap, I gotta head back to work. I took way too long of a break. I may not have to quit. I'll probably get fired. Listen, if Lucy comes back, kick her towards the landlord's direction. He'll take care of her. Oh, of course, yes. But what about your lunch? Just order something for dinner tonight and we'll call it even, alright? Cool, later! I gotta go. I don't wait for a reply as I bolt out the door and hurry back to work. God, what an exhausting day. Things get twice as busy when I get back. TK is furious with how sudden I took off. I'm taking it you don't have a car, so you better be working pretty close to your, or living very close to your work. Otherwise, that's a long-ass fucking walk. At least they're forgiving. I don't have the heart to tell them that I'm probably quitting. I'll just have to wait and see how well this guy holds up with everything. You're seriously taking his offer about quitting? I get it, it's a shitty position, but... You just met the guy! Ugh, finally home. Oh, no electricity, great. What the... Don't tell me that Lucy forgot to pay the power bill. Closing the door, I make my way through the dark to find the candle that we keep in the kitchen junk drawer. Great. Not only do we not have any power, but that guy completely bails on me. Maybe I might have been a little too harsh on him. My feet get caught on something and I come crashing down to the floor. Oof! What did I trip over? Ah! What the fuck? What the fuck? What happened? My head. Dear God. Who did this? What's going on? Who's there? I can't see a thing. I feel a hand running down my back as though to soothe me. With long, soft pets, I feel warm beneath in my ear.
Don't worry. I'll take care of you.
Ah! No, 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 no! No! Oh! No, no, no. Is that Peter's voice? I try to roll over to get a better look at the bastard in my home, but everything's too dark. Oh no! Only a black silhouette appears before me. I'm gonna die. What? I'm gonna die. Oh no. Alrighty. I'm gonna end this episode here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!